we're not growing like the most pristine, perfect, gorgeous looking plants all the time. This is, it's not possible to have a whole field. Now, it is possible to use signs and pest pressure to say, hey, we have pest pressure, and that's the actual better term to use than, oh my God, the field was attacked. No, we have the start of pest pressure build up, and we need to start treating for the biting, sucking insects again. And that's just your normal things. I like this shot right here because this shows the actual spacing of the corn. So you can see that some didn't germinate while some did. And I like that as well. And in a good shot where you have a lot of nice row space. So as I go back here, I can see that back here probably would need a little bit more fertilizer. This is your only chance, your last chance probably, to get fertilizer in the ground on these guys. But there's still a lot of space issues that I'm seeing. And as I walk around here and take a look, I'm just kind of checking more than just the cameras showing and whatnot, and I always like swinging around. I'm just checking just to kind of see what the area kind of looks around. And again, you never just want to just like look straight at, oh, got attacked. There might be something else that's going on with that. That is, you know, you're not always like looking, like you spend your whole time looking down and then you're like, I'm worried about a snake or something like that, but you actually don't just stop and assess like the whole area. As I pan around, and then there might be other things that are kind of going on that aren't just it's attacked. I see a little bit of start, but I did have them treat this morning. But you can still see this is a good one as it's gotten a little bit bigger here. This is where you can see that it's actually spaced out more. So back here did a lot worse in terms of germination. Now here it's straight weeding and rain. And now I'm not sure if our cow is okay, but now you're having the corn fight with this. And I was told that everyone understood how to take care of corn and do that, but I'm not seeing a lot of love and care over here. So I'm gonna go take a look and see what other projects we got, because corn still requires a little bit of maintenance and a cow makes it a little bit easier. The first batch looks like it did really good, and then the rest it needs a little bit more work. There's just not a lot there, but I think we had cow issues where it was hurt and we just weren't able to get the cow into the field. I actually don't even see the cow, so hopefully they didn't eat it or something like that. All right, making it back in the second week. Been so delayed on getting videos out to you guys, but I got a nice surprise. I got some durian. No clue how well these will actually taste. You guys don't know, it's like a super smelly fruit, but very popular out here. We have another 2 buckets of Sealy, so back to back Sealy harvest, which is really great to see, and very minimal inputs into that. Putting like maybe about 1 kilo, maybe 2 kilos a week, if that, every other week, and fertilizer. So the Sealy bushes are still continuing to produce all the way to September. And like, I think I started these like almost a year ago. So it's really great to see the annualness of just having a rain cover. Had to get some backpack straps and whatnot and some other rope, but I'm gonna take my tool because I see some pumpkins that don't look very happy. We've been having a crazy amount of rain and then getting stuff done, but we're gonna go out here and we're gonna go take a look and see destruction. So I think I have the guys right now de-weeding the remainder of the field. It looks like only Igor has lasted, and this could be a lot. We think it might be nematode or just a massive amount of rain, because you can see it's like very nice and sunny right now. We had some great plants, but then they just get super attacked and cut back. So I'm not positive. As you can see right there, just the amount of growth. That was the second half of field 1. You can see in the back clouds, it's just a wall of darkness. So it looks like the Igor did the best, but right there, that looks like that was a pumpkin. That was a pumpkin. So I'm not very confident that we're gonna have a pumpkin harvest this year. That sucks. But I have a lot of things I do differently next year that may or may not. We did have a big one, but it is utterly attacked. It's so sad to see. So it's pretty much gone. So that was our largest pumpkin that I've seen thus far. But yeah, that's just the way it is sometimes. Just the way it is. A massive amount of rain, but this one you kind of just want to remove it from the plant, but I can't explain to you how much rain we've been getting up here. This is some beautiful cucumbers, massive amount of flowering. I'm still going to make these guys do a little bit of vegetative. I'm glad that they're inside because, yeah, this has been some massive rain. We are starting to get a lot of pollinated cucumbers. I'm just going around cutting off the weird looking ones. Now, maybe they'll fill out, but what I'm trying to prevent is these stunted ones, because these I can fix with sprays and nutrition, because we only have about another week before this whole place has to be trellis. That's why I put these cucumbers in here. You can see the cucumber plant, it really loves to attach its little tendrils to, and that's just going to provide a better environment. So I gave it a spot to attach to. But some of your earlier ones that just took to fruiting, they fruited really quick, but their leaves aren't really ready to support that fruit. So you're going to get oblong shaped fruits. So I also record this too, just to show that we were able to. This is one of the downfalls of working with Hawaiian. So your bamboo is it snaps just the amount of the weight. So we had to replace that big piece of Hawaiian right there. And that's mainly used just to hold our shade net and our trellising. So the shade net's been really instrumental. And it just, I can't explain to you how nice and cool it feels inside the greenhouse, but it's been working really good, because you want to find that nice balance so you're not introducing heat stress. But yeah, this is a nice shot of the greenhouses. So I think these will have a lot better chance with some management and some retraining. But yeah, you can see some of these, even though this one has a nice set. I'm gonna put my little tool inside and check it. Jump that one. Go. So, but it's starting to do that real weird curling. That could be nutrition, bugs. So it's got enough nutrition. I could probably boost these a little bit more, give them a little bit more nitro, and get them to leaf a little bit better. But I don't want to overdo it, so I might keep my same nutrient flow, and then I boost it with foliar, and I think that's going to be really good. It really sucks that I missed out on probably like 60 bags of cucumbers, but I think this is going to be a good harvestable, maintainable crop if I get everything together. But man, just the amount of rain that we're getting here, I think we just have to really transition into greenhouse only. Corn only in the field, maybe watermelon, but our pumpkins got killed, utterly devastated due to this rain. Just really not good for pumpkin harvesting. So that I'm noticing some dripping as I walk around. That's one of the reasons I'm walking around the greenhouse, is I'm checking to see if there's stuff that needs to be done in the greenhouse that you don't really think about unless you have like adverse weather conditions. And that one is your greenhouse roof leaking? Is there water getting in? Other one is checking to look at trellis. So it looks like I'm gonna have to come back and do a lot more trellising because it's getting knotted up. but it's looking really good. It's a good initial start, and I'm learning cucumbers too. We brought cucumbers in here because they're a different type. So we do cucumbers, then do a Solanaise, then do something else. What I pointed out on my tomatoes is, you see the mites that could be brought over by us, going back and forth between the greenhouses. So I see two things of mite. It might also be that there is just tomatoes are susceptible to mites, just like peppers. So you got to be a lot more heavy-handed on the mite prevention. I had some other issues that I saw in greenhouse too, was we might have been overwatering that. Even at 30 minutes a day, it might be too much just due to the ground saturation. Here, because it's only bags, very tough for it to get overwatered. You'd have to run the machine for a lot to get a lot of water in here. So I think one of the big issues might be overwatering in greenhouse too. So I'm going to have them switch to a every other day schedule, but I think will be better. But yeah, so we're really starting to see some good progress in the greenhouses. It's now just making sure the plants stay alive and make it to that next milestone. If they do, chances are we'll be able to keep them for a year inside here, which is our ideal goal. Is you want to have one crop 1 year, and then that'll be what you get. Like I said, we got killed with our peppers, but that might have just been residual errors on our part planting them, my part mainly, and then adjusting. But it looks like the cucumbers are set, ready to go. Now it's up to us not to kill them before they get a chance. But yeah, our weather's moved in. It's really getting kind of cold for this part. So it looks like a season change is upon us as well. So we're gonna go wet, cold versus wet and hot. So that's gonna definitely mess with any of your crops. But it's been pretty cool. Enjoying it. Get a little heated sometimes, but it's been really good. It's just trying to learn the best way, and you know, experience is the best teacher sometimes, even if it's bad experiences like our calabasa. But I'm just calling it. There's no need to keep putting money into that ground. They're just getting attacked too much. This is not a good crop right now for this area. So we'll check back on that. Sweet.